How's it going, guys and gals? This is Periodic, bringing you my first skill calculator or talent tree calculator for Star Wars The Old Republic. And this is just going to be a quick breakdown and not really a guide because the game hasn't come out yet and people are still I was testing around different builds in beta, and I didn't have enough time to really see which one was the most effective, but I'm sure there's websites and forums already really theory crafting what the best build is for which class, blah blah blah. I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of what the moves are, how the talents work if you've never played an MMO before. It's very much like a traditional RPG where you get to pick points that you want to spend in a criteria or an attribute. So, strength, this, that, etc., etc. But instead of attributes, you get to pick abilities or bonuses to your attributes. So this is the operative for the Imperial Agent. Okay, the Imperial Agent gets to choose out of two different branches. So we go to the Imperial Agent right there, and you can either be an operative or a sniper. And pretty much it boils down to a sniper is exactly what it says it is. It's a damage dealer only. He shoots from far range. He doesn't want to get close. He has moves that he can use when he's close, but he really prefers it to be far away and pick his opponents off. Whereas the operative is a little bit more of a rogue kind of thief. Play style. He gets in close, he sneaks his way in, goes from behind, hits you before you know he's there, and he also has a lot of healing abilities too. So we're looking at the operative right now, and as you can see, he's got three trees here. And you got medicine, which is your healing tree, your concealment, which is more of your rogue vanish abilities, sneak from behind, and your lethality, or yeah, I guess that's how you would pronounce it, which is just straight up DPS. And we'll start. You got to start at the bottom. It's like World of Warcraft, except flip it around. We'll start with medicine tree first. As you can see right here, it's incisive action, which reduces the activation time of Kolto injection by 0.25 seconds and gives Kolto injection a 50% chance to grant tactical advantage. And what that does is pretty much reduces the activation time of your healing move, which is good. And you can put 2 points in that. And that's, again, if you were going healing. Your next move is Precision Instruments, which reduces the energy cost of Corrosive Dart, Debilitate, and Server Tendon by 2. Imperial Education increases total cunning by 3%, which is one of the attributes that you want to have as an Imperial Agent. Chem Resistant Inlays, which is on the second tier, reduces all damage taken by 2%. Surgical Steadiness reduces the pushback suffered while activating healing abilities by 35% and reduces the threat generated by heals by 5%, which is going to be a big talent to have if threat is anything like it has been in other MMOs. Medical Consult increases all healing dealt by 1% at all times, and additional 2% while tactical advantage is active. That's probably going to be a must-have talent. Endorphin Rush, Adrenaline Probe now immediately restores 8 additional energy. And of course, just like Rogue, a Imperial Agent uses energy. Now, Prognosis, critical, increases the critical chance of diagnostic scan by 12%. This is in the third tier. Kolto Probe summons a droid that heals a friendly target for 280 over 18 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. And Sedatives, when Sleep Dart wears off, the target is struck by sedatives, reducing all damage dealt by 25% for the next 10 seconds. Now we're going up to the 4th tier, and in case you're wondering, guys, you actually have to put points in the lower tiers to be able to get access to the 2nd tier, put points in the 2nd tier to get access to the 3rd, so on and so forth. But in the 4th tier, we have Evasive Imperative. Invasion increases movement speed by 10% while active. Medical Engineering, each tick of Kolto Probe has a 10% chance to grant tactical advantage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 9 seconds. Each rank beyond the first reduces this rate limit by 1.5 seconds. And Patient Studies, Diagnostic Scan, criticals restore 1 energy. Now on the 5th tier, we have Tox Screen. Toxic Scan now removes negative mental effects and heals the target for 0. That makes sense. Medical Therapy increases the healing dealt by periodic effects by 5% and Surgical Probe by 3%. I like how they're giving me props. Surgical Probe Executes your tactical advantage to summon a probe that instantly heals that target. 106 to 273 requires and consumes tactical advantage. Surgical precision increases the healing dealt by surgical probe by 15%. In addition, surgical probe immediately regrants tactical advantage when used on targets below 30% max health. Accomplished Doctor increases the critical healing bonus of Kolto Injection, Kolto Infusion, and Recuperative Nanotech by 10%. MedShield increases all healing received by 7.5% while shield is active. And Recuperative Nanotech heals up to 4 allies within 10 meters for 267 over 15 seconds. And a lot of these have different ranks that you can put in. So for example, if I do incisive action by 2, so now you see that it's a full half a second. And let's just say I put my cunning up by 3. I'm going to want surgical steadiness if I'm a healer. I'll probably, maybe I want that, maybe I won't. I'm definitely going to want medical console. That would be good, but we'll stave off for now. Kolto probe, definitely. I want I want that. I'm just going to do this at random, by the way, guys. Let's go with that. So as you can see, as the more I open up, the more, as the more that I click on, it opens up more. So let's go to Concealment, which of course is your roguelike talent tree. We start off with Concealed Attacks, increases the critical hit chance of Backstab and Hidden Strike by 8%. Just like a robe, they have very similar names for their moves. Imperial Brew increases the damage dealt by Corrosive Dart by 6% and Acid Blade by 3%. Now they can also put poisons on their blades. Survival Training increases all healing done by 1% and all healing received by 3%. We have Scouting, increases your stealth detection level by 1 and defense by 1%. Inclement Conditioning increases total endurance by 2%. Surgical Strikes increases the damage dealt by Shiv, Overload Shot, and Backstab by 2%. Infiltrator increases movement speed by 5% and effective stealth level by 1. And as you can see, all these moves here have different ranks. So if I put up a few right here, I can go to, Inclement Conditioning and get all the way up to 6% for my increased conditioning. Also here, I can get my Backstab up to 4%, Overload Shot, increased damage. Third tier, Waylay reduces the energy cost of Backstab by 10 and Acid Blade by 2. Laceration executes your tactical advantage, lacerating the target for 1330 up to 1552 kinetic damage, requires and consumes tactical advantage. And now what that means is if I click on Laceration, I'm now able to get Collateral Strike. I will not be able to click on Collateral Strike unless if I have Laceration, as you can see, because Collateral Strike is a Laceration has a 25% chance to trigger a Collateral Strike, dealing 394 additional kinetic damage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 10 seconds. Standard and weak targets are additionally stunned by Collateral Strike, so I have to put a point in Laceration to get Collateral Strike. Lastly, Revitalizers. Stim Boost now additionally grants Revitalizers, restoring 2% of total health every 3 seconds. We go into the fourth tree. Let's just do that. Tactical Opportunity. Collateral Strike has a 50% chance to immediately re-grant tactical advantage when hitting a poison target. Next to it is Pin Down. Superintendent has a 50% chance to immobilize the target for 2 seconds. Sounds like PvP move to me. Energy Screen. Dodging or resisting an attack restores 1 energy. In addition, Cloaking Screen no longer reduces healing dealt and receive. Now, almost finished with these tiers. Culling increases all damage dealt to poison targets by 1%. Advanced Cloaking reduces the cooldown of Cloaking Screen by 30 seconds, and activating Cloaking Screen increases movement speed by 25% for 6 seconds. Jarring Strike in the first to last tier is a Hidden Strike, which has a 50% chance to knock the target flat on its face for 3 seconds. We also have Meticulously Kept Blades, which increase the amount of energy recovered by each tick of Stim Boost for half a second, increases the critical damage dealt by Backstab, Superintendent, Hidden Strike, and Acid Blade for 10%. And that also has 3 ranks. And lastly, their final move is Acid Blade. It costs them 15 energy, and it coats your instrument in acid, causing your next Hidden Strike or Backstab to deal an additional 1,247 internal damage over 6 seconds, and increase armor penetration by 50% for 15 seconds. Now this ability does not respect the global cooldown and does not break stealth. Pretty awesome. Lethality. We have 2 rank Razor Edge, increases the damage dealt by Shiv for 5%. Lethality itself increases ranged and tech critical chance by 2%. And Deadly Directive increases alacrity, effort by 2%. If somebody can correct me, please do. Slip Away reduces the cooldown of Debilitate by 7.5 seconds and increases movement speed by 15% for 4 seconds after activating Debilitate. That has 2 ranks. Flash Powder reduces all targets' accuracy by 10% for 8 seconds after Flashbang ends. We have Corrosive Microbes, which are a corrosive dart that have 12.5% chance to tick twice when it inflicts damage. And the 1 rank Lethal Injectors, which increase the duration of Corrosive Dart by 3 seconds. Now when we go up to the 3rd tier, we have Cut Down, which increases the damage dealt by Overload Shot, Carbine Burst, and Cull by 3%. 2 ranks, so that'll go up to 6. And we have Corrosive Grenade, which you have to get before you get cooldown combat stims. Now the Corrosive Grenade is on a 30-meter range. It costs you 20 energy, and it hurls a Corrosive Grenade that spews acid in a 5-meter radius on impact, dealing 1,716 internal damage over 21 seconds to up to 3 targets. And once you get that move, you can get combat stims, which immediately restores 5 energy when activated. Additionally, reduces the cooldown of stim boost by 7.5 seconds. So that pretty much means once you get it again, once you get both ranks. Now, in the 4th tier, we have Lethal Purpose, which reduces the cooldown of Adrenaline Probe by 15 seconds. In addition, it critically hits with poison effects that will restore 1 energy. So any critical hit will, with a poison effect, will restore 1 energy. Sorry for the pause. Adhesive Corrosives are a Corrosive Grenade that has 50% chance to reduce the movement speed of all targets by 30% for 6 seconds. And, of course, we have Vanish, reduces the cooldown of Evasion by 7.5 seconds and Escape by 15 seconds. You already have Evasion, which is your World of Warcraft equivalent of Vanish, and you have Escape as well. This reduces the cooldown by 7.5 seconds and of Escape by 15 seconds. Very nice. And that actually has 2 ranks. Now, Lethal Dose increases the critical hit chance of all periodic effects by 4%. They are really paying me homage today. Counter-Strike. Countermeasures have a 50% chance to remove all movement impairing effects when activated. License to Kill reduces the energy cost of Cull by 3, but you need Cull to get License to Kill. And Cull executes your tactical advantage to fire a volley of corrosive shots, dealing 1,155 to 1,287 weapon damage. That's 1,287. For each of your poison effects present on the target is culled for an additional 442 damage. Requires and consumes tactical advantage. Now, when we go to the second to last tier, we have Escape Plan, which reduces the cooldown of Shield Probe by 7.5 seconds and Infiltrate by 30 seconds. And we also have the 3-rank Devouring Microbes, increasing the damage dealt by poison effects by 5% on targets below 30% of max health. And the last move in the Operative for the Imperial Agent talent tree is Weakening Blast, and this is again in the Lethality tree. It costs 10 energy, the range is 10 meters, it deals 744 to 830 weapon damage, causes the target to take 30% additional damage from the agent's next 10 poison effects. That lasts 15 seconds, so if you can blast off 10 poison effects in a 15-second span, then you got a good damage dealing move right there. And these are all the talent trees right here for just the Operative side. We aren't even talking about the sniper side yet for the Imperial Agent. I'll get to that in a different video. And guys, if you want to check this out yourself, torhead.com has it. It's like Wowhead, really awesome website on the ZAM network. They're usually up to date with all their talent trees on all the builds. You can like it right there, which I probably will. I haven't yet. But yeah, I'll keep on coming out with these videos showing the different talent trees of each of the classes until the game comes out. Early access, the 13th, 7 in the morning. Be there. Guys, like, favorite, subscribe, and gals, by the way. This is Periodik saying, see ya.